One of the more popular wrecks to dive in Oahu is the Corsair. This is an advanced dive as the wreck sits about 115 feet from the bottom. At that depth, you're looking at a bottom time of 7.5, 8 minutes. It's pretty straightforward to get down to. You anchor pretty much right on top of the wreck, following the anchor line down to within 20 feet of the wreck. Most days when they do the wreck, you have visibility about 50 feet. I think they typically tend to avoid the wreck when there's less visibility than that. There's not much else there. It's pretty much only the wreck. There's some sandworms that live nearby, and they'll kind of poke their heads up, but apparently they won't be around when you're around. They disappear. So the only thing to really see is the wreck, the Corsair itself. Definitely recommend going with a small group, more than maybe 6 or 7 people, and you're all just crowded around this one little spot. The cockpit is known to have a eel that lives there, so take caution before you decide to sit down and take the plane for a ride. Apparently it has really broken up in the last couple years. It had been pretty well intact. Now it's really starting to show its wear. Definitely can still see the outline. One wing's left, but the fuselage is pretty much see-through at this point. Tail section's still there, pretty much intact. Lots of fish will hang out around that area, so you get a little bit of wildlife like that. But overall, it's a small area and a relatively short dive, so plan accordingly. If you are in a bigger group, I would recommend either trying to get down at the very first or hanging back and being one of the last people down to the dive site. In this case, I kind of stuck around towards the bottom, managed to conserve my air, conserve my nitrogen. Caught a little jellyfish here at the surface before getting out of the water.